I'm currently learning the skill of not letting yourself get all dehydrated and hungry whilst in cosplay. Because, like, when I used to cosplay, I'd literally be in cosplay for like 2 hours. Until I had enough of it. But if I feed myself whilst in cosplay, I can last longer. Wow. Oh yeah, I'm wearing the Starfrost skirt, by the way. I've not worn this skirt since like 2020. And I have gotten so much makeup and now crisps on it. Today we're going to be looking at a Royal High iceberg. And if you don't know what an internet iceberg is, it's basically a chart on a specific subject, and right at the top of the chart is like all the information that is very commonly known or is easily searchable. And then as you get lower and lower, the information becomes more obscure and niche. So things that people will not really know, or is kind of harder to search, or isn't searchable. And there are actually quite a few icebergs, but I've decided to choose the iceberg made by Cursed Royal High, aka Royal High Casualties. And as you can see, it's a pretty chunky internet iceberg, so in case I don't get through it this video, there will be a second part to it. So yeah, the idea is that I'm going to read through it and explain what these are and see if there's any that I don't know. And in the comments, let me know if there's anything in this video that you didn't know beforehand, or I don't know, just comment something random. I don't really care. So, starting off at the tip of the iceberg, we have diamonds are a common natural resource, and that will just be referring to the fact that diamonds are the currency. Mythical creatures, that will just be the fact that the game has like fairies and mermaids and all sorts of other mythical creatures in it. I don't think that's really anything more than that. The wheel, that will just be the town wheel. Not much to say about that either. Butlers, there are butlers in the dance in the second campus. They're not in the first campus. Cheerleaders, those are NPCs that are on Earth, and a few of them were also showcased in the Valentine's update last year. Royalty, the game is called Royal High, you know what to expect from that. Fountain Girl, so that is the statue that's on top of the fountain. And a fun little fact for any newer players, the Fountain Girl hasn't always been on the fountain. In fact, when the fountain was first added to the game, it was on Earth, and it was where, it used to be where the Divinia Park teleport is, and it would have a little star on it instead. It was a much smaller fountain compared to what we have now, and yeah, there'd be a little star on it. And the Fountain Girl first appeared in the original Divinia realm. Knights and guards, there's knights in the ballroom, they're at the door, and then there used to be guard NPCs in the original Divinia. Okay, well, we've cleared the tip of the iceberg now. All of that stuff would be very, very known, like very common stuff. So let's move into the shallow waters now. Existence and regulated magic usage. Of course, there's magic in the game, but in the New Year's map, with the quests and things, anytime you went down in the sewer, your magic would get removed, so you wouldn't be able to fly down there. And the same thing goes for April Fool's 2021 as well, so that you couldn't fly around the obby and stuff. So there seems to be some kind of regulated thing there. Dark Fairy jail cells. That is in Enchantix, and the Dark Fairy dorm has some jail cells in the basement. There's one here just called Campsite, second Royal High. There's the tent, and then like further down below there was the campfire with the logs around it. I think that's what that's referring to. Old Man in Divinia. We actually know now that that is Captain Whiskers, thanks to the Summer Lighthouse quest. So, that mystery has been solved. Trans cheerleader. I don't actually know that one. Earth driver NPCs. That is just referring to the NPCs that drive the cars in Earth. And fun little thing, back in 2018, the Halloween event was hosted on Earth, and the NPCs were riding broomsticks instead of driving cars. Totally harmless pumpkin patch. That has been a thing in every single Royal High Halloween update up until, I believe, the Halloween event that just passed with Wickery Cliffs. I might be wrong, but I don't remember a totally harmless pumpkin patch being in Wickery Cliffs. If you don't know what that is, it is a pumpkin patch that has been present in most of the Halloween update realms, and whenever you stepped in the pumpkin patch, all of the pumpkins would just roll down a hill, or like some would spawn in the air and just drop down on you. Yeah, that is a thing. Free school tuition? I don't know what that one means. Crystal Cave. I think that's referring to the little, like, mermaid cave thing behind the waterfall in the pool in Royal High 2, aka the second campus. I think that's what that is. Auction house. That is a thing from the original Earth and original Divinia. I don't think it's in the game anymore, but there was a building that was labelled auction house. Actually, wait, no. It wasn't even in original Earth, I don't think, was it? I don't think it was in original Earth. I think it was just a building in original Divinia, and it had like the little spinny doors on it. It didn't do anything, it was just bare. Oh, I think, you know what, I think, because I was playing around that time, and I think people were theorising that the auction house is where you'd be able to go and trade when trading came out. Obviously we got a whole like space station instead, but that was just like a little theory that was going around at the time. Winter Guardian siblings. Chroma, who designed the Winter Guardian set, had done a art contest on Twitter when the Winter Guardian set first came out, and I think someone asked, because there was that render in the shop of like, they were like dancing or something, and someone on Twitter was like, had asked something, and I think Chroma had confirmed that they're siblings, or headcanons them as siblings. I can't remember, but it was something along the lines of that. Flower stand girl at a wedding. Now that was a thing from original Earth. Near where the wheel is, there used to be a flower stand, and there was a little sign saying that the flower shop was closed, and because the owner was at a wedding. That's the next mystery. Who is the flower stand girl? Whose wedding was it? Princess Simulator. That is what the original April Fool's update was called in 2019. Home stores. They are still in the game now, but they did hold a much more greater purpose back in 2019 because for both the Easter update and Halloween update that year, there were home store hunts. There were home store hunts, and yeah. They're still in the game now, but they're still there. What am I saying? Moving on. Pixie/alien fights. I'm gonna need someone in the comments to answer that one because I have no idea. I7 simping for Builderman. The room that you find the UFO in the trading hub, I think says a lot because there's two like Builderman standees each side, and then if you look at the computer monitor, I think there's like a bunch more pictures of Builderman on there. So yeah. OG Earth, I've already brought that up several times during this video already. That was a thing. Unless they're talking about original Earth, which was, you know what, no, I'm not going to make this any more confusing. Halos are a thing in the game that you win from a fountain or from completing the advent calendar. We'll let you argue about that in the comments. Space travel! Oh, the UFO on Earth, okay. Rare Blade of Light. There is a sword that you can get from the wheel, but it's very rare to get. Moving on. We are now on the third layer, which is the depths. We are going deeper into less known knowledge. We should be going into some things that we don't know. Unfinished construction in Divinia. Was that something that one of the guards would say? Oh, I think it was. The crying guard. I think he'd say something about guarding some in progress building, which was like the mystery building that everyone was theorizing about at the time. Okay, well my camera battery died, so okay, I think we already covered the unfinished construction in Divinia. It was the building that had the wheel on top of it and the crying guard there. I think the crying guard was the one who like explained that the building was like an under construction thing. I'm pretty sure that's what that's referring to. I don't know, it's been what, 3 years? I'm surprised I even vaguely remember that thing. Okay. Removed greeting anime boy. So that was something that was added back in 2017 when the classic Royal High campus was added to the game, because that classic campus was actually what introduced levels to the game. Before the classic campus there weren't any levels or anything like that, and so the anime boy was kind of like a tutorial, kind of explaining the levels, and back then you'd actually earn crowns and gems to put on the crown. So he'd explain all that you'd get a new crown every 10 levels, and then every 1 level you'd get a gem for the crown, and then the tutorial would end by giving you your first crown. So like a beginner crown spin. Old school gardens. That is a very niche thing to put in the middle of the iceberg. The castle gardens were only in the game for about a couple of months. if not even that. So when the classic school campus was first added to the game, there was a Castle Gardens, and there really isn't that much information on it, and there's even less photos or videos. I only really see it, like, video footage of it from, what's her name? Is it Jenna Simmers? But yeah, this one Royal High YouTuber used to record her intros in the Castle Gardens when it was still around, so that's the only known footage of it. But yeah, it got removed in the 2018 Valentine's event. That's when I first noticed it had been removed, when looking back on like old videos and things. So yeah, it was only in the game for a couple of months back in 2017 and like the first month of 2018. Creepy mermaid story. I vaguely remember this. I don't remember what it was about. Back in 2019, back when, you know, the original Divinia realm was still around, you had the big fountain in the middle of the realm, and the Mermaid 2019 halo was in the fountain. There was one story in like particular that was formatted very strangely, which I think was just some kind of glitch. But what it would do, if I'm remembering correctly, is the text was like really, it was either really small or I don't remember it, like what it was exactly. I don't remember the story. I think the story was just kind of normal, or maybe it might have been the one about like the mermaid in the fountain or something. But yeah, no, I remember what was creepy about it was the fact that there was some kind of glitch to that specific story where when it would show you the text for the story, the text was like really, it was either really small or I think it was just like kind of stretched along the screen or something. It was just like a little, like interface glitch thing. It wasn't supposed to be creepy or anything, but I think people just found it creepy because it just looked strange. So yeah, secret room at the bottom of the classic school pool. If you swim in the pool in classic campus, there's like a ring of rocks and you just go down that and there's like a little mermaid chair down there. Space pirates. I don't know that one. No teachers, unless people roleplay as teachers. Detention jail cells. So in classic Royal High campus, if you go into the principal's office, there is a jail cell in there that is labelled detention. So, oh, and we know that the detention dungeon is coming back in the new school. Slenderman. In all the Halloween updates where you could go trick-or-treating to houses, you know that there's monsters at some of the houses. They got changed to like original artwork in 2021 with like Wickery Cliffs. But before then, one of the monsters used to be a Slenderman PNG. Empty Park Cabin. So that would be referring to the house in Divinia Park. That was actually empty up until the 2021 Valentine's update. That whole like house was like empty for like an entire year, but then after the Valentine's 2021 update, there was like chairs and tables placed in there. Wiped out alien race. I think I missed a chapter of Cyber's backstory. I didn't know that. Scrapped university. Yeah, before the new school was announced, Barbie had tried making a university, which got scrapped. It's in the name. Which is from the Halloween minigame. Back in 2019, during the Halloween update, there was a minigame in Sunset Island during the intermission phase, where it was kind of like a game of tag. One person would be the witch, and they'd have to go around and kill all the other players with like a magic blast, or I think it might have been like a fireball or something like that, but it was like a blast of magic that you could just like fire at people. And yeah, it was a really fun minigame. I'm surprised they haven't brought it back in recent years, but honestly, 2019 Halloween was a great event. That was such a great event, and in my opinion, nothing has quite matched that event. Power suppressors, I thought we already talked about that. Okay, maybe I misunderstood the magic usage thing in Shallow Waters. The no faces. Back in, it was either 2020 or 2021, players were like, ooh, cool, I cannot have a face. And it was like a thing that everyone did. Poverty kindergarten. I'm gonna need someone in the comments to explain that one. Red eyes in dark dorm. Yeah, in the Dark Fairy Dorm in Enchantix, there are eyes in the darkness, and they used to creep me out back in 2017. Here. Okay. Well, we have finished 3 layers of the iceberg. So, if you'd like a video where I cover Fathoms and the Abyss, then leave a comment below and I will surely get to that video when I do another Royal High makeup recreation video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy these videos where I just say random stuff in Royal High cosplay. Thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you next time, hopefully.